tired. And I think that maybe the perfect encapsulation of that is the electric car chase, how all of them are like falling out the window. And theoretically that sounds really cool, but I also found it boring. I was like, oh, well, we've seen a million car explosions. I don't need another car explosion.
Zombie cars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea is like intellectually I find it interesting, but like it's not actually interesting on the screen.
Yeah, I actually like the computer overview she does better than watching the actual cars, where she's showing sort of the techie part behind it.
Yeah, Meg works in technology, so she was loving the computer stuff.
Well, but I think in the earlier Fast movies, every car race had some like real weight and gravitas and stakes to it. And I felt by the time we got to 8, like every car chase explosion was just kind of gratuitous. I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't invested.
Yeah, that's a good point. I still enjoy it, but you're right. There's no when Vince flips in the first one. No, when Dom flips. Oh, geez Louise, I'm doing it again, guys. When Dom flips in the first one, there's weight to that flip. There's danger. There's blood. You don't know
the stakes yet.
Yeah.
And now we know that they're superheroes.
Now they're blowing up $2 billion submarines. I did the math for all the property destruction in this movie.
You always do. I think the perfect analogy would be, and forgive me for going into this territory, but in the first Transformers movie, there was like 6 Transformers, and you knew who they were. So when they were fighting, you kind of were like rooting for somebody. But then after that, there was just all these robots that nobody knew, and they were just blowing up for no reason. And you were just like, just numb to it. And I felt that was a little what was happening here. I was just
whoa. I know every one of those robots.
All right.
That's not a joke. I knew them all. But I get what you're saying.
Hey, maybe this is the prequel to the Autobots taking over. We've got Cypher and her zombie cars. All you need next is Decepticons to come out of space.
Well, in Hobbs and Shaw, that guy's motorbike sounds a lot like a Transformer.
And
it's true.
And speaking of Hobbs and Shaw, also my favorite Transformer from the Transformer movies was Boswell. Really great.
That's Adam Boswell to you.
Can you make a poster of like what an Adam Boswell is?
It's a Bond poster. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm already working on the Nightcross.
I picture so there's a picture of Timothy Chalamet, the King. I just picture David's head on that.
Well, I'm going a different way. This is an autobiography about David.
Oh.
So I need to know who would play David in the Nightcross movie.
Timothy Chalamet.
All right. I'll make it happen.
All right. So speaking of Hobbs and Shaw, in 8th place, we have, and this podcast of that will be released at the same time as this, so listen to it. It goes to some of the weirdest places that we've ever gone to in a podcast. It is bizarre and amazing.
Listen, I have some good henchmen.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we spent 10 minutes talking about how we do as henchmen. It's beautiful.
I feel like whenever Megan and Mark and I get together for a podcast, it's more of a stream of consciousness than anything.
Yeah, I loved it. Super.
Real cerebral.
There it is. I like that. All right, so 8 is Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, released in 2019, directed by David Leitch. It has a 67% tomato meter score, 6.5 IMDb, and it made $759 million worldwide, just a little bit less than $1 billion.
Disappointing.
Just a little bit less than $1 billion.
The franchise must be a bust. Didn't make $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what a turd sandwich. But yeah, so once again, this movie, Megan and I have watched this about 4 times in the last 2 months.
At least.
And I guess for me, with this movie is I like it more because I know Han's alive. Because when I thought Statham or Deckard Shaw had killed Han, I didn't want to watch Hobbs and Shaw. I'm like, this stupid movie. I was so mad, swearing in my seat. But now I like it a lot more. I like the world. I like it's goofy. I like it's about 2 50-year-old men learning that if they fight together, they're more successful. I love Idris Elba.
Yeah.
And there's a really smart, badass soldier lady with a main role.
Hattie Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
So, Megan, you put this at 5?
No,
3.
I had it at 3.
You had it at 3. And then the rest of us had it at 7. Yeah, the rest of us had it at 7, 8, and 8.
It's a lot of fun.
What do you love about it?
Fun.
Yeah, Megan, tell us about it.
What do I love about it? Well, their humor does get a little bit bro-ish and annoying at times, but I understand that they're just trying to piss one another off. I don't know. The sequences when they start in the beginning of the movie and they're both getting ready, it's really hyper cute. I love the stylized music in it. I like the way it just moves along at a fast clip. It is fast and furious for sure.
Yeah, and
it's funny. I mean, I love Vanessa as Hattie. She's really good. I like the little introduction of their cons that they would do.
Oh yeah, the Mick Jagger.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eddie Marsan gets killed in every David Leitch.
Eddie Marsan is really good in this too.
Well,
We've seen him in a lot of weird roles this year.
I don't know. I dig it. I think it's a good compliment to the franchise. I like that they added Ryan Reynolds and Kevin Hart to it.
Oh yeah, they're super weird side characters, and they give them a lot of attention, which makes me so happy because I love just some weird stuff.
Yeah.
I told my girlfriend that this was the best 80s movies made in the 2010s.
That's a brilliant summation.
Yeah.
Because it's just action, testosterone, mostly testosterone. So what I love about this film is really Dwayne and Jason Statham's chemistry. Whenever those two are on screen, it's electric. Even when they're not on the screen together, it's electric in different movies because I just love those two characters so much. But I would say that my biggest problem with this film is that it feels like a movie that The Rock made and not really a Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, for sure.
So that's my comment exactly, is that this is a great movie, but when I'm putting it in amongst my favorite Fast movies, it doesn't feel like it's part of the franchise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't we include Six Underground in this? That's basically a Fast movie.
Oh yeah, you're right. Incredibly.
Basically.
But
Did it make $1 billion, Megan?
Netflix will never tell us.
it had 1 billion viewers.
Well,
I can't
Allegedly.
say allegedly. I can't say yes or no to that. But yeah, no, I mean, but I guess I never really thought about it like that. It kind of annoyed me that I felt like this kind of kept us from getting another Fast movie. But every time I watch it, I just enjoy it. I like the big whiskey pours. I like that there's 4 different big action scenes. I like that The Rock can fall 100 yards from a skyscraper and be totally fine.
I like when he's trying to capture Hetty, and she's ducking from him, and she's threatening to throw car batteries, and he's pulling helmets off her head. It's a lot of fun. Very dynamic.
She's a Street Fighter.
But the question I have is like, but does this version of Luke Hobbs mesh with the other versions of Luke Hobbs?
No,
it doesn't. It really doesn't.
He has a
Mark
different
was
daughter.
talking about that earlier.
Yeah. And, all right. So remember in the first. All right. So in Fast 5, he was pretty. Like he was more respectful to everybody, and then this one comes along and he's just barbing with people. Well, didn't he? It's a completely changed 180 on this character. He's completely different. So I don't know if he can go back, can he?
You said his favorite was always Brian, so my theory was that now Brian's gone, he's not really nice to any of them.
Oh, you're right. So we watch these all again. If you watch his interactions with Brian, whenever Brian will stare right into Hobbs' soul, and Brian will say something, and then Hobbs just goes, "Yeah, you're right."
No, that's Samoan Thor to you.
Yeah, I love that text message. That's so cool in 6. But have you guys noticed that Brian can stare into Hobbs' soul and just shake him?
Not at all.
Yeah, watch 6
I didn't,
again.
but I'm going to watch them all again tonight and just check that out.
And I was like, Megan, look at this. That's how excited I get. I'm jumping up in the air like, Paul Walker staring down Hobbs. And Hobbs like, I'll get you, brother.
I can just picture all you guys watching these movies, chugging some Nas energy drinks.
Some Jeff Gordon energy drinks.
I couldn't find any. I tried.
No, I mean,
It's illegal in 50 states.
Yeah.
I was going to say that this movie feels more like Jungle Book.
Jungle
This
Book.
movie feels like the Jungle Book?
Like the remakes with The Rock. His character like sort of acts.
Oh, Jumanji.
Oh, Jumanji.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Jumanji. Whoa.
I was like, the Jungle Book? In what world is Hobbs and Shaw like the Jungle Book?
So in my head, picture all my synapses just like misfiring, trying to think about the Jungle Book.
David, I heard Jungle Book, but in my mind, I saw Jumanji, so I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just larger than life, right?
Yeah. Well, it's just Rock being super charming, and he is super charming, but Hobbs is a little bit gruff. He's like 90% gruff, 10% charming. And this was 60% charming, 40% gruff.
I love your babushka.
That was really funny.
People like me.
I think it's in the Fate of the Furious. Hobbs' character, he looks at Jason Statham and he goes, "You need to shut your dick garage."
Oh, yeah. When they were standing in the command room trying to figure out how to...
And I'm like, did he just say that? Like, did that? And then Hobbs is playing nice dad who eats 9,000 calories at breakfast in Hobbs and Shaw. I'm like, this is a different character here.
You gotta have that work-life balance.
That trip to England that he takes is going to be horrible. 9,000 calories in your stomach. All right, number 7. It is The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift 2006, directed by Justin Lin, and it has a 37% tomato meter score. It has a 6 IMDb score, and it only made, well, it made 90 million domestic. Wow. And it made 227 million worldwide, close to $1 billion. So that's, I mean,
I'm definitely making Mark a close to $1 billion shirt.
No, I gotta tell you guys, seeing Tokyo Drift at number 7, and this is our favorite. This isn't the best Fast movies, but seeing it at 7 kind of hurts my soul a little bit.
I know. I was just thinking that too, because when we watched it, there was a lot more to it than I remembered.
And I like what Ebert said about it. It's that you get the different viewpoint of Japan. You get in with the culture, the racing. You go in kind of the back alleys. I really dug how they were streaming live in 2006. When I lived in Korea, they were streaming TV in the subways. So I love that they were so ahead of us in 2006 that they were live streaming the races. But I dug Boswell. I don't mind him. I liked Bow Wow. I liked the Nathalie. I forget her name. I liked Han. I thought Han was probably like the cool. Han's like Obi-Wan Kenobi in this movie.
He's very chill.
Yeah, Han's great.
He's like a surfer dude.
So I'm gonna guess that I am the lowest rank here. I ranked it second to last.
Yep, you are.
Wow.
Okay.
We have an 8665.
So before I get into my negatives, I'm gonna give you some cons so no one hates me. Or my positives, I mean. So one, I do like this film. I think the story is compelling. I love Han. I love the different type of racing, and the soundtrack slaps.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
All great things. Some of the negative things about this for me is the beginning is very, very strange. It has some weird sexual politics to it with like two guys trying to race for a woman. It feels like something that came about that would have happened in like a movies from the 50s, like with biker gangs. I felt really turned off by that. And then I guess I wasn't a big fan of the final chase, the final race through the mountains. I thought it was difficult to understand what was going on and to view.
Yeah, it felt very clean. Like it didn't feel like visceral like the original races felt.
Yeah, it wasn't gritty and scary. You can just picture them sort of drifting through the hills.
They just drifted. Yeah, that makes sense.
What I kept thinking when I was watching it was like, I want 5 cars doing this, not just 2. But then I guess they had that in the middle of the movie with Han, so they didn't want to redo it at the end.
And I want to make up for one thing. Nathalie Kelly is I like her character in this movie too. I dug her, but I didn't get her name. But yeah, I haven't even thought about that. I guess it is kind of I always thought the ending was when Han dies. So when we did, so when we did the rewatch, I went, "What's this? Oh, there's another chase." And he was just driving down a mountain.
Yeah, I remember we were about 3/4 through, and I look at you and I was like, "Wait, did Han already die?
Yeah,
did that happen?"
We were confused about that.
And the answer is, Megan, no, he didn't.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't.
He didn't. You're right.
Oh, it makes me so happy. But I guess I just sort of dug. You know what's weird is I know they had to go back and put him in the prequels, but all the decisions that Han was making.
That's some great de-aging they did in this movie for him.
Yeah, he looks great.
Mm-hmm.
The MCU
if you
should
watch
copy
them in
that.
order, it's good stuff.
But it's clear to see why they kept him around. And also, I like just what Justin Lin did. I thought he had brought a different voice into it. And also, I kind of dug the car family that they formed. I like that the kids, they kind of, like Bow Wow and all the other guys kind of just hung out. And they helped out with the cars and they raced around and Han just took them under his wing. I kind of dug the adoptive family vibe in that. And that's kind of what I see. That's kind of what Dom did. So I like that Han did it in this movie.
Yeah.
Full story arc with this one.
Yeah.
I would say. Unlike some of the other ones, it's hard to figure out what the story arc is because they're more plot driven. There's a legit story arc for this one, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't dig I felt the I hate my dad aspect of it was a little bit forced.
Yeah.
Like the tension. I felt like I don't need like a bratty teenager as my protagonist here.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I'm a little disappointed how into all the honeys Han was, considering Giselle just died, but I guess we can give him a pass.
Yeah,
maybe he's depressed.
He's loving the honeys in this one. Maybe the honeys love him. Maybe they feel safe around him, so they just stay around him because he's a good guy and he keeps them safe.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
On my